at a full 100-watt output. I wanted to key at much lower output, so I'm doing it as audio back in.
So you're running it like a tune?
Yeah, instead of it physically switching the radio into CW mode and keying it, it keys the radio, but it keeps it in sideband and sends out a tone.
Right.
Yeah, who the heck wants, the ID blaring in their ears at full power when that's totally unnecessary?
Right. Yeah, I got you. I never was much on that CW stuff, and I don't know nothing about it.
I'm going to go get another coffee. Be right back. W3DEP.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yes, that don't sound like a bad idea at all.
That sounds like a great idea.
Art, I redid this, and some of my meters didn't come back. That's the only first time I noticed.
Oh, well, hold on now. That's not supposed to happen. Since even previous updates, two before this last two updates with Thetis, that was the thing. Did you, obviously you did back up. Did you back up before you did the update?
Yeah.
He might.
Yeah, because
you might have to do the reset the database and then just import it again.
Everything back, every container, all the meter placement, all the the little mods to the meters, whatever you do, colors, whatever, border, background. That's odd.
Everything come back, the meters are there, but there's two little boxes for meters that's not lit up and not working. Let me reboot. Man, I said that in front of Dawn.
Yeah, I was going to say it's possible too. I had an issue where the CPU display didn't come back. I had to reset my database and just re-import my backup, and that was it. That fixed it.
Yeah, that's what I'll do real quick.
Hey, Art.
Hopefully that'll resolve it, because once you get these meters just right and placement and like I was mentioning, man, it feels good just to bring them right back instantly. Previous to those updates from Richie, accommodating that feature to back up all the containers, it was a nightmare. I mean, you might have 15 different meters going or whatever you made custom, and then you got to sit there and start from scratch again.
Believe it or not, I'm still not using those advanced meters. I'm still just using the stock meters in the Thetis. I did experiment. I played with them a little bit, but I just never sat here and said, okay, I'm going to set them up and configure them the way I want them. But I definitely want to. I like the bar graph meters because they're small in size and still provide you with the information that you need. You know what I mean?
I have a question about the meters, Art.
What's that, Doug?
I have a meter question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, if you go to my live stream right now, I'm messing around with them. I had them really nice. If I want to pull them outside of Thetis window and line them up like Jeff has, so I can minimize the Thetis window a little bit, drag it a little smaller, and then put a line of meters basically on the desktop, vertical stack of them. How do I set it that when I minimize Thetis, they go away, and when I open Thetis, they come back?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe for Jeff, because he did it. I guess when you make the container, you make one container and fill just that one container. So you can stretch it vertical, bring it out horizontal, get it to the window size that you want. But then when you make the one container, then you just arrow right all the meters that you want to set up in that one window. And then on the top of that window, you'll see there's a pin. Let's see, I'm trying to get to it. There's a thing with a little 45-degree arrow. You pin out or pin in, and that gives you the opportunity to take that window outside of the Thetis frame and bring it out to your Windows desktop. And then once you set it and exit the program, it'll remember the same thing when you bring it back in, when you reboot.
Well, that makes sense because I have all these different meter windows. So if I make one big meter window, I then could fit it to the right side of the screen. Okay, very good. That's probably what he's doing.
Right. Jeff, is that, I don't know if you rebooted, but is that something how you did? You made one container?
I don't think he's back yet.
Sorry about that.
Wait, I think what you said about the pinning, though, is right. That's the key to the whole thing. The pinning, I think, is if it's pinned, when you minimize and maximize Thetis, I think it brings the meters up and down with it. When it's unpinned, the meters will just sit there regardless of what you do with Thetis. So I think that's the key to that. And hey, Doug, it would be cool if you got, and I thought about doing this too, but if you got an extra monitor port, video monitor output on your computer, get like a small, 19-inch or 20-inch monitor and just dedicate that to your Thetis meters.
Yes, that would be very cool, but I need it on the same one display for the live stream because I want the people to see the meters. But that would be very cool if I wasn't streaming.
Oh, right. That's right. For streaming, yeah, that's right. The screens matter.
Well, actually, I could just mirror that third screen also and put it in the stream.
I think my video card will support 4 monitors, but probably not all running at 4K, but it'll support 4 monitors.
I think what GPU are you running?
It's a ATI Radeon. I think it's a 280X or something.
Oh, okay. Yep. I have I'm running a NVIDIA 2070 Super. It's got to be like probably 4 years old. It's enough for what I'm doing. I could play every video game in the world on it, but I know there's now they have the 4070s, I think.
Well, for Thetis and for what we do, we don't need the kind of video card that's doing all kinds of rendering, right? Because that's what video games are all about. We need something that has, high frame rates. That's for refreshing the screen. And that's pretty much it. So any good quality video card can do that. Yeah, gaming is really demanding on a video card. So if you're into gaming, then you definitely need a serious card. But for what we do, thank goodness, we don't need anything that crazy.
No, and this was an old gaming machine that I built. I don't game anymore. It's well, Thetis looks really good. I only have Thetis on a 60 hertz monitor in here. I've ran it before on like 144 hertz. It looks really good when you run it on something like that.
It looks like a precision instrument.
Yeah. And keep in mind, for what we're doing with it, which is basically looking at signals on a band, we really, think of it this way: like a movie, a theatrical movie is around like 24 frames a second, right? And television is typically, let's say, 30 frames. 30 frames, once you get past 30 frames, the human eye can't almost tell the difference, like as far as the frame rates, unless it's really fast motion or something like that. But generally speaking, once you go above 30 frames, it starts to look pretty damn clear no matter what. And, Thetis will do, 60 frames? So that's twice, for the visual aspect of it, that's twice what your eye would ever be able to recognize. So you don't really need even that crazy of the frame rates to have a very good-looking display.
No, you don't. You don't. So I have it set on 60, and this is a 60 hertz monitor. I have set it on 144 on a 144 monitor. It gets so crisp. It's pretty crisp now, though. To your point, Art, did you see the new colors on my display? I think I was doing it last night when you were on the live stream.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get a refresh.
Some of those adjustments, it is really cleaned up. Even the pan adapter, the waterfall, it looks really good.
Yeah, and I got my little Stargate image in the background.
Hey, John, you can check your email on the fly while you're on the air. I had a larger file. I couldn't message it, so I tried to email, but just to get an idea what I'm doing here.
I think he doubled with you and said he was getting a glass of water.
Oh, John. Oh, I missed that. Okay, I must have doubled. Sorry. And for QNT at the bottom.
KB2 UKA.
So, Doug, I know once in a while I'll throw the little critique opinion at you, and I'm just hearing something that I don't know, only because you're back now. Of course, it's been so long. Not sure if something could have got out of alignment, bringing everything back and doing your deal. But, once in a blue moon, I'll throw a comment in.
Oh, I've been waiting, Art. Adjust me, please, like a chiropractor.
No. What I'm getting, it's almost like kind of a metallic effect. And when I say metallic, that means when you're just entering that harsh range in like that 2K, anywhere from like 1.6 to about 2100, it's a little harsh there. And it's kind of giving this odd, let's say upper mid-range. So if there's a way to just somewhere in your adjustments, pulling back a few dB in there, in that 1.8 to 2.2 zone.
There is. Hold on. Now, I have heavy compression in that zone. Do you think I should back that off first?
Yeah, that makes sense. If it is a compression, and you're injecting a compression in there, yeah, that's what's creating a little bit of that metallic effect. It's almost like an artifact.
All right, so I just backed the compression off there. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. KB2 UKA.
All right, Art. That's it. Have a good day.
4 WQQ.
Hey, Rich, I hear you in there. You think that smoothed it off?
Oh, yeah, tremendously.
All right, before I save, and I absolutely trust your judgment, I want to do a quick recording in the Kiwi. Rich, go ahead, pick it up.
Hi, Richard. You said you were going up to 500?
No, I was up to 500. Now I'm up to 1,000.
All right, crystal clear.
Let's push the envelope down. Let's take it to legal limit.
All right, calm down there, big boy.
All right, there's the legal limit right there, Art.
Okay. Just at the fringe, I caught it. A little bit of the feedback. I just heard it in the background. It's almost like a reverb, but the reverb has that scratchiness to it. And it's like 90% better.
Yeah, it only appeared at legal limit, and it was much less than it was.
Oh man, did that tone, the tonality shift there? I think John, if John caught an ear on it, he'll mention that immediately. Plus, you guys probably are strong at each other.
All right, I'm doing a quick recording right now. I am 30 over into the Pennsylvania Kiwi SDR. This is KB2 UKA. Did a quick little audio adjustment. Brought some of the multiband compression down in CFC between like 1800 and 2500. Gonna listen back. KB2 UKA. All right, I'm doing a quick recording right now. I am 30 over into the Pennsylvania Kiwi SDR. This is KB2 UKA. Did a quick little audio adjustment. Brought some of the multiband compression down in CFC between like 1800 and 2500. Oh, I like it, Art. It still has, excuse me, it still has that crisp cardboard ripping sound, but I know what you're talking about with the metallic. I picked up on it the other night. Now it's nice and smooth.
Oh yeah, 100%. And Richard, where did you end up? About a kilowatt?
Yeah, I got it a kilowatt to 950 to 1100, somewhere right in there.
All right, well, that was a major improvement. So now that next 500 to legal limit, not that you run that all the time. I mean, but, when you do or when you want to, now you just have to find where it's creeping in. There's still a field somewhere that's getting in somewhere, and it's so minute. I mean, I'm just barely hearing it, but I do want to, I don't want to sugarcoat it, so I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you if I hear it.
All right, that's back up the legal limit right there.
Oh, okay. Did you just move something or made an adjustment? It's gone.
Yeah, I got it sneaking in one speaker.
Ah, there you go. All right. So you're finding it. Excellent. That's a great test. No, that's crystal clear right there if you're legal limit.
Yeah, and it's sneaking in the second one just a bit, but I turned the one off and I hear it in this other one, so something's going crazy.
All right. Now, Richard, that exact issue that you are duplicating exactly what I went through until I got those, what do you call those numbers? Those donut rings, the one that you sent me, the 2, and you saw where I put them. I mean, that solved it all right there.
Yeah, I got mine done the same way.
Oh, okay. All right, then something else is going on. Your Ballon going into the shack. Again, I don't think you have one. I keep forgetting your setup. Where's your Ballon to your tuner?
Ballon's inside the tuner.
That's right. Okay, so that's good there. All right. Well, it's just creeping into a wire, a XLR cable or something, or it could be the length, one of the cables, right? Could be just that length where it's going to promote maybe picking up like an antenna. So just, keep going with the ferrites. You'll catch it.
I tell you, Art, I need to get them adapters to lift the ground, see if that takes care of it off of the back of these speakers.
Oh, okay. You haven't done that yet. Oh, there you go. That'll probably be the fix once you get those lifters. All right. And for a QNT at the 40.
At the end of it, it was starting to, at the end, it's kind of getting stretchy. There at the end, Daddy. Just a little bit, not much, just a fuzz. AG4 WQP.
Well, I brought it back down to 1,000 watts, and that shouldn't be bothering near as bad there, hey?
No, it's not bothering it at all at 1,000, so that's doing good there. Yeah, just right there at the very end, it's like it was just scratching on the back door, that was all.
Hey, Rich, it's Doug. You're nice and clean up here. Do you copy me?
Yeah, about an S7.
Yeah, same here, but I hear you.
Hey, Art.
Yeah, John.
The 2 meters that you have right on the top of your pan adapter, is that part of the meters, that the add-on meters, or is that some skin that you have?
Hey, John. Yeah, thanks for noticing that. No, that's how I aligned my containers. So I made the containers of those specific meters, like the clock, the signal to noise floor ratio, the mic VU, of course, the frequencies, and then I just size them with the mouse and locate them, strategically right there, just like that. I think it looks pretty sharp.
Oh man, you fooled me. It looked like it was part of the interface. It looked like it belonged there. So when I saw that, I was like, man, that's awesome. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll have to definitely, sit down and play with these meters one day and see if I could come up with something nice,
The neat thing also, John, is when you're in each meter, each container, you have a color background option. So you can almost blend. If you notice, I try to blend the background to kind of, mix in with that Yaesu theme. So the grays and the deep blacks, it kind of looks like it's all, instead of, the default colors that you get when you make the meter or container, it kind of sticks out. So now you can sit there and blend colors in the backgrounds.
Yeah. I think the thing that Doug was kind of hoping for, and as far as the meters coming up and going away with Thetis and all that, I think it's great that they added that functionality where you can pin it to Thetis or pin it to an external, outside of Thetis. You also have those arrows so that you're kind of telling the Thetis where you're basically going to be placing the meter. So it lines up properly. It's very well thought out for what it is, and it's cool. I would say it just, when I think about the potential of all that metering, I think, wow, there's so much there. There's so much information that I would love to see all at one time, right? I want to see, mic level. I want to see ALC. I want to see leveler. But then you're like, well, you can't fit all that, over Thetis or on one monitor. It would just be too ridiculous. Which makes me keep going back to that. It would be kind of cool to just have a dedicated monitor, that you put off to the side just for all the meters.
Yeah, it's nice to, I think that's a great idea with a sub monitor, a little sidecar monitor just for meters only.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's, something small. I don't know, a 19-inch, a 20-inch, it doesn't have to be that big. But that would be cool. Something you just put off to the side. Maybe something small enough that you could sit right on top of the Anon radio.
Or, John, didn't you mention this? On the blank face G2 Saturn, the new Anon, I bet there's room in there if someone's really good with some, cutting metal and such or whatever. You do it safely, do it the professional type, but cut out for a TIS screen and get that screen hooked up to one of the HDMIs and have that running, right? I would think it could be done, and have that screen on the radio itself, and it'll just be for meters.
Yeah. If you're ambitious enough and you've got the skills, if you could cut the front panel, an opening in the front for, I don't know, a 4 or 5 inch color display, you could essentially just wire that to the output of the Raspberry Pi, the video output, the HDMI of the Raspberry Pi inside the G2. And then if you create a little application on the Raspberry Pi that's basically all meters only, And when you boot it up, it just goes straight to that and displays the meters on the front panel like a monitor, basically a system monitor display right on the front. It'd be a novel little cute thing. If someone was clever, they could even make a kit where it's like a pre-made front panel with the display, the little cable kit, and then you just hook it up, load the application, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking the other way. Exclude the Raspberry Pi and just get this particular PC monitor at a micro size. I guess it would be called like a tablet screen or something compatible to like a very small computer monitor screen. Have that mounted, but then incorporate the connection point to go out to your PC, one of your HDMI ports. So now that screen would be picked up in Windows as monitor number 3, and that way you could still work the mouse crossing all your monitors to that monitor on the front of the radio, and then setting up a container and throwing that on that little screen.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so just basically using the case as a monitor box, to hold the monitor, and then just connect it to your PC.
And that way, if you just want to run mini Thetis on that small screen, right there, you got everything on that radio screen, just like we're looking at a 37-inch monitor outboard.
You know what would be sick? Now that we're into fantasy land? All right, here we go. A video projector that you mount on the ceiling in a room. And instead of the screen being, your monitor, you have like 165-inch projected on a wall display of Thetis or something like that. Now that'd be something, huh?
Or you can lay in the bed and watch it. That's crazy.
Oh man, that would be Can you imagine that pan adapter and waterfall going across the whole spectrum, looking at that on a bright, a perfect bright white wall, exclusive for the overhead projector, which is great 4K these days.
Oh man, I could totally visualize it, like a dedicated room that's big enough that you could put your shack desk sort of in the middle or towards the back of the room, and then you're facing forward. And the whole wall in front of you is the monitor, basically, the wall. So when you look past your desk, the wall is the monitor, and it's gigantic, floor to ceiling, right?
Hey, Doug.
Oh, I'm taking it all in while I'm playing with these meters. Well, I'm putting a projector down here, but not in the shack. But maybe we can make that happen.
Come on, write this stuff down. This is good stuff, Doug.
Well, I've got it on the live stream, so I don't have to write it down. All right. I'm deep in meter land here. I'm listening. KB2 UKA.
You'd get a check from YouTube. You'd reach your million subscriptions.
Yeah, if it's just a picture of like me sitting in a couch watching this on a 120-inch screen projector, eating popcorn, yeah.
Exactly.
That would be
working the world, working stations on the whole wall is Thetis, and you got the camera set up just right to capture that. The angles of you sitting in the recliner with the mic coming off the edge of the recliner.
That would be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can call the YouTube video the biggest pan adapter in all of ham radio.
Yeah, with with like 500 meters on it.
And then end in a little box at the end of that says size matters.
Size matters all the time.
And for QNT at the 50.
PQQ.
KB2 UKA.
W3DEP.
KC2 QMA.
KB3 WBX.
All right, guys, let's order our overhead projectors, 4K models.
Yeah, it'd be like mission control, like NASA mission control, where up on the wall is the big display monitor, and that's like your Thetis screen, and down on the mission control floor is where your shack station is and your desk, Houston, we have a problem.
That's funny.
Wow, this band is so quiet. Just a low hiss on the floor. Wow.
Yeah, it is pretty quiet. Signals come down a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely playing short. And I see the guy down there on the 7218. He's just across the mountain range in Tennessee, and he's always 30 plus. And man, you see the whiskers going way up and down.
Yeah, and I'm sure not only is his bandwidth wide, so is his waist size.
Oh, that plays like, that might be the reason.
You're too damn wide.
You're too damn wide. Narrow your bandwidth.
So that's a great example. I mean, I'm looking at this signal. I guess you guys are, noticing it as well. But, 2.9, 3K, gentleman's agreement. Yeah, let's keep it there. But meanwhile, the radio could do 2.8, 2.9. But by the time he wants to see his, 1200 watt amp do 15, and compression and audio at 85%, and then that IMD turned into minus 21 in the third order. Now he's going 4 up from there and 4 down from there, and now he's 12 and a half. So I'd run my clean 3.5, no problem. I feel good about it. Edge sharp on each side.
It's funny like that. We'll run, let's say 4, but it's a sharp and clean 4, right? But they'll be running 3, but they'll turn all the knobs to the right, and by the time they get done, like you said, their 3 is really 6 or 12, up and down, you know what I mean? So what's better, the nice and clean 4 or the completely splattery, dirty 3 all over the band signal?
And that's why we choose a non.
I'll take a clean 4. Clean 4 any day of the week. John, when you stepped away a little while ago, Art did a little adjustment on the audio here. What do you think?
It sounds great. I mean, it sounds smooth and clear.
Yeah, there was a little metallic artifact, too much compression in like 1800 to 2500. I backed it off, and I recorded it. It definitely smoothed it out.
I agree. I did hear that a little bit. If I'm, splitting hairs, you had a little bit of a sharpness in the upper range, and now it's definitely a little smoother.
Good.
Listen, gentlemen, this is M3PGA.
Station, go again?
Oh, this is M3PGA. I was talking about audio. I've been having some problems. You give me some kind of report, maybe some kind of suggestion to improve my audio.
I hear something. It sounds like there's something wrong with the microphone.
Okay. Do you have any idea what it might be?
I would say try a different microphone, and if you have another microphone that you could just plug in, try that. Maybe that'll help.
This is a new Yaesu M90. It's supposed to be a blue one.
I can't really hear him.
No, yeah. So I hear you. It's I don't know if it's it's probably the microphone, but it's very, very muffled, so it's hard to understand you. If you have another mic, I would try that. Over.
Into the ZQ settings to bring up the highs. This W8 mobile.
Mobile station, I hear you in there. I don't think. Yes, it might be an EQ issue. I also think he's light on me, so I think he's like I don't know, 2.4 or 2.1 wide. I'm not sure.
What I was hearing some popping in his talking, which made me think it might be like an RF thing, possibly, but it sounded like it was in his mic, so that's why I said to try a different mic. That's always the first thing. It's easy. But I can't really hear him that well, so I can't communicate with him.
Dwayne, Jeff, you guys still on frequency?
Yeah, I'm just, I couldn't get my meters to work. I'm putting them back over there on the side here. And Dwayne's on the phone.
Oh, okay, cool.
Are you guys all on the non-radios?
Many of us are. Most of us are.
What was this question, Doug?
Are we on a non-radios?
Yeah, we are now.
Consider my Hermes a mini-me. I called it the mini-me anon, right?
Yeah, well, it all started with the Hermes. Yeah, so we've got Anon radios, we've got Hermes waiting on new Anon radios, but yeah, most of us are on that. What's your call sign?
The call here is Whiskey 8 Joliet Oscar Delta. My name here is John. Joliet Oscar Hotel November. I'm located here in Ohio in my pickup. And the radio here is Kenwood TS2000 in the pickup with a Hustler resonator.
All right, John Roger. My name is Doug. Call sign KB2UKA. I've got you 5859 into Long Island. Good signal. How are you copying me?
5556 here in the mobile.
Oh, and your mobile. Very good, John. Doing a great job. Art, do you have a copy on John? What about you, John? Do you copy him?
No, nothing here.
I copied the other station there. I copied two of you, and then that other station that come in there that was having a mic issue. But I don't have a copy on the other station that just tried there.
All right, Roger. A gentleman in New Jersey doesn't have a copy on you, and I'm not sure if the Carolina stations hear you. Art, do you copy him?
I do not, Doug. Very, very light. I can't make out. Where is he located?
He's in Ohio Mobile.
Okay, yeah. The band is playing short and mobile. That has something to do with it. But anyway, N4QNT at the top of the hour.
All right, KB2 UKA, and you know what? I gotta back out of here and get this day started. So, gentlemen, I hope you guys all have a great day. I'll listen out. KB2 UKA, I'll be clear.
Catch you later, Doug.
Catch you later, W3DP.
All right, Jeff, Dwayne, you guys take care.
Yep, 7-3. Have a good day.
All right, Doug. Have a good one. And let's get that video of you on that big projection screen going soon. All right, have a good day. KC2QMA.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, guys, take care.
He can actually do it. I mean, in the basement, the proximity to his shack where he has his kind of room set up down there. I mean, basically, you open the door and it'll be the entertainment center, with the projection going on the wall. So you can just route the cable just real quick, just to say he did it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you'll definitely get a video of me watching my YouTube on that projector. That'll be the first one.
All right, we're looking forward to this. This is going to be groundbreaking.
Well, another few weeks. The painter's coming for the rest of the basement soon. And then I got to get the projector, but it's coming. All right, guys, I'm out. KB2 UKA QRT.